New Year, New Me and all that malarkey. I actually love a New Year's resolution, and I'm gonna go through how I set and achieve my goals for the new year. So let me start with some goals that I have set in the past, ones which have gone really well, and just give you an idea for what sort of resolutions generally work. So I've literally loved New Year's resolutions since I was a child, and when I was around like 11 or 12, I actually gave up chocolate for a year. I was one of those kids that loved chocolate, and my parents just could not believe that I was even giving it a go. And then to do a whole year of it, they were stunned, absolutely stunned. And I think it just proved to them and a lot of people around me that when I set my mind something, I can do it. So this is one of the reasons why I think my parents just let me go of it. When I decided I was going vegan at 13, they were just like, this bitch is gonna do it. She gave up chocolate. So yeah, I am a fan of a resolution like that, where you just like give up one thing, something really simple, and just do it for the whole year. I feel like something similar to that would be like giving up alcohol, giving up crisps, giving up fizzy drinks, giving up sugar in your coffee, giving up coffee. Those sort of goals definitely work. It's not that hard. And then I think sometime in my 20s, I decided to read 50 books in a year. That went really well. I just basically started reading during my commute to work. I was on the train for about over an hour and a half each day. So on my way into work and on my way home from work, I would read. So that was really easy because I kind of worked into my lifestyle. And even just in 2021, I was just feeling miserable. It's the pandemic. I think a lot of us can hard relate to that. And I wasn't getting out enough. And I was really been wanting to hit like 10,000 steps every day, and it just wasn't happening. Instead of setting my goal to be walk 10,000 steps a day, because that's not that achievable. That is a big goal to have every day of the year. So instead, my resolution was to just get outside the house every day. It's a lot simpler in regular life, but this was during like lockdowns and stuff. So it was quite a good goal to have in the context of life at that time. And if you are someone that works from home, doesn't get out every day and feels like they're not active enough, I would really recommend this as a resolution. I think it was one of my favorite ones. And by the end of the year, my step average was well above 10,000 steps. I ended up hitting that 10,000 steps a day goal, even though it wasn't every day, but on average, I was over it just by telling myself I'm getting out the house every day. And then for 2022, I can literally read out my goals. I had 3 goals. Number 1 was to write a book. Number 2, run a marathon. And number 3 was to hit 100,000 on TikTok. I actually only hit one of those goals, so we're going to talk about this because even though I only hit one of those, I actually think that was really good goal setting for me. The one I did hit was running the marathon. I was already signed up to do a marathon, and I just, I put it as a goal because I knew it would take up so much of my year. So I was going on regular runs, I was on a training plan, like it took up so much of my year, and I ran a marathon. I did it in under 5 hours. I really wanted to do it under 4 hours, but life really got in the way. However, yes, I ran a marathon, so really proud of myself. The other goal I had was to write a book. I was really active with this. I put together a proposal and drafted chapters, wrote excerpts, really fleshed it out. I was meeting with a publisher and he pitched the book, and unfortunately it just didn't get picked up. And it really was painful because the problem wasn't my writing. I'm quite good at writing, I guess. And they were really impressed with my voice and the topics and all that. But at the same time, I just didn't have enough followers to guarantee that it would be worth investing in me. So yeah, December 2021, I had 60,000 followers on TikTok. I had 3,000 on YouTube. Instagram, 30,000. I haven't moved that much further up on there. It's so hard to grow on Instagram. It doesn't happen for me. I can't explain it. But on TikTok, I am at 92,000. That's a 50% increase, and it fell short of my 100,000 goal, but I'm not that far off, so I'm really proud of that. Because I got rejected for my book proposal, I was like, cool, I'm gonna really grow my following on TikTok, see if that will help, so maybe it's something I can revisit in the future. But another reason it kind of got rejected is just that publishing is kind of dying. It's just not doing as well, especially if you're not doing a cookbook as an influencer, so it wasn't the medium to be chasing, basically. As a content creator, I have to really focus on what is doing well and what avenues are kind of trending, what's profitable, stuff like that. So it actually segued into me choosing to launch a podcast, and that became my updated goal for this year. So I think it really helps to be flexible with your goals. So when I went down the book route and it didn't work, I was like, okay, well, what can we do? How are we going to move things forward? And podcast seemed to be the best idea, just because there was a chance to grow your podcast these days thanks to sharing them on TikTok. So I changed that and I managed to launch my podcast in September. It took me 2-3 months of planning, and it's doing well. I'm happy with it, but I do want to take it to another level next year. So even though I only hit one of my goals out of my 3, I think it kind of helps to show you guys how even when you fail, you can learn and readjust your goals to not really feel like beaten down by it. Like, I still think I had an incredibly successful 2022 and that I was really good in changing the goalpost basically. But yeah, I am a big fan of goal setting, of resolutions. I think they're a great way to just feel really happy with how your life is going, and I think especially as someone who is self-employed, I find them really good for keeping me pushing forward. I want to go through kind of how I set goals. I think it is a really good way that kind of uplifts you and makes you feel good about yourself. So first of all, we're going to go through what I achieved in 2022. So I'd love it if you did this with me, but just take a moment to kind of write down the things you're proud of that you've done in the last year. So the things that I've got on my list, obviously, number one, I ran a marathon. I'm going to be bragging about that for as long as I can. 2, started a podcast. 3, I've had a lot of viral videos this year, so I'm quite proud of that. That's definitely something I like to get under my belt. I just hope I don't have like my last viral video anytime soon. I'm actually really proud that I've kept influencing. You know, it's a weird job to do full time and it's not always hugely profitable, but I've managed to stay afloat. Especially in the cost of living crisis. So I'm actually really proud of myself for that. I've had amazing YouTube growth. I've gone from 3,000 to 12,000 subscribers. So thank you guys. Really happy you're enjoying the videos. And I'm really proud of my what I eat in a week videos. And I'm gonna keep doing those every other week. I've put down here made new friends. I've made quite a lot of new friends this year, which has been really nice. Sometimes you just don't think you're gonna be doing that by the time you're in your late 20s. I don't know. So yeah, happy for myself. I've been a good auntie. I became an auntie in April and I'm quite happy with the amount of time I managed to see my nephew, considering I don't live that close. And we're going to be going on family holidays next year. And I guess I was just always nervous. I'm not very good with children and I didn't know quite how things would go with my sister having her baby. It turns out I'm doing all right, so I'm really happy with that. Last one is that I've survived my moves. I have moved way too much this year. It's been so stressful, especially doing that alongside like training for a marathon and having to work for yourself. It's just been wild basically, but thankfully I didn't go broke having to do that. I've done it, okay? I've got like a 2-year contract on this place. So I'm very happy with that. And I always think it's really good to start your resolutions with looking at what you were really proud of from the last year. And sometimes even going through this, you can kind of realize the gaps on what you didn't quite achieve that you wanted to achieve, but you can still feel good about all the stuff you've done. And you can make these things as big or as little as possible. I hope you can see through mine that I've kind of had a bit of breadth of work, health, friends, family, like there are lots of things that you can achieve. It's not all work. Remember to keep balance in your life when you're setting goals. Next up, I'm going to do a list, which is what I want to achieve in 2023. I'm going to write down a few things and then we're going to focus in on a couple. But it's just good to jot everything down and see what it is you want in your life and then figure out how you're going to get there. So the things I want to achieve in 2023 include more travel, more structure, more focus on the podcast. I really want to grow it, take it to the next level. I'm not doing enough videos out of it. Like the whole reason I started a podcast is because you can take clips from it and let them go viral on TikTok, and then you will get more listeners and then you can get a sponsor and then it becomes profitable. Right now I am kind of pissing away 40 quid every episode, so I need to make it profitable basically. I want to get a new fitness routine. I haven't really been able to run much since the marathon. I did the marathon, then a half marathon a week later, and since then my foot's been a bit dodgy. So I have tried running once or twice since and it just didn't work. I needed to rest, so I'm going to try and go on a run sometime in the next few days and see if I can run again. But also I want to just join a new gym or find some fitness class near me, just get a new structure. I'm in a new place, so I need to find a new local and I've got to figure something out. And I just want to keep growing online and I want to write more. So these are the things I want for next year. And then I'm gonna kind of write out some things that are gonna make it happen. Because right now I've just got what I want. I need to then set targets and then prioritize those goals for 2023. Okay, so I have a few goals, but I have one resolution for the year. So I am going to spend 10 minutes tidying every day, especially because I work from home. I work from my bedroom in particular, and I really want to keep this a good space. I spent a lot of today tidying up and kind of like trying to finish unpacking because I only moved in at the start of the month. I've been busy, it's been freezing, I was sick for a week. I had not found the time to fully unpack, and I'm still not really there, but it's a lot better right now. I've at least unpacked all my clothes from the suitcases. But yeah, I'm just generally not a tidy person, so I'm just gonna put like a 10-minute timer on every day, once a day, to tidy, or I'm gonna listen to an All Too Well. I'd like either or, I'm gonna make it happen, and I'm gonna see how much tidier my life is because of that. And it doesn't always have to be my bedroom. Sometimes I might put the 10-minute timer on downstairs in the kitchen or in the bathroom. The point is I'll clean or tidy for 10 minutes every day, and I'm gonna see how great a difference that makes. Because 10 minutes isn't a lot, I can do that, especially if it's like my one resolution. And then other goals that I'd like to focus on for this year, but they won't necessarily happen, but is what I'm working towards, and it is what I do wanna happen. So I haven't got many sub goals, but the first one is the non-negotiable. But my other goals, I would like to spend 1 month abroad, ideally in the summer, somewhere hot. I'll rent out my bedroom and I'll just have fun, relax, make content, enjoy myself. Just spend at least 1 month out of the UK. Another goal is to get a sponsor for the podcast so that it becomes profitable or at least breaks even. I'm gonna make clips every time I do a podcast, and I'm gonna take 30 minutes every Sunday or Monday to plan out my week, because I'm not really scheduling time to do like filming, editing. It's mostly editing. I love going out and doing the stuff I need to film. So I will love like going to a restaurant and filming there, or going to an event and filming there, but then I never schedule in the time to edit it, so then it just gets edited when I can. It's not good. I'm gonna make sure I like work that time in and don't oversubscribe myself. I'm just gonna make sure every Sunday or Monday I'll take 30 minutes, just plan out my week, and that will be so much more structured. And I'm gonna actually stick to my plan. Especially ads. I'm so bad at filming and editing ads in time for the deadline. Like, that is really non-negotiable. I need to get better at it. So there we have it, 2023, kind of sorted already. I hope you've enjoyed planning your resolutions with me. I hope you found that fun, and I hope you've joined me along for this. If you feel happy with sharing any of your results, please do that down below. I'd love to hear what you're proud of from last year, what your goals are for 2023. I think I am pretty good at setting my mind to things and doing them. The reason I'm good at that is because I've been doing this sort of thing for years. I love spending the new year, and also September. I feel like September's the second new year. January's and September's I just think are really good for just reevaluating your life, figuring out what you're really happy with, what you're unhappy with, what you want to change, how are you going to get there. I feel like this really helps you live a life that you feel proud of and that makes you feel fulfilled. So if you're ever wondering how I'm always achieving shit that I want to do and hitting goals and stuff, this is kind of my secret. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, hope you found this really helpful. Have a lovely day and have a lovely 2023. Bye.